What's happening, guys? Brodie Smith here, and this is what I'm throwing for the 2021 season. First, we're gonna start off with my putters. I have a couple different types of roaches, two of which are the ones that I actually will putt with. These are both the Brodie plastic that I'll putt with. The gray one right now has been working for me pretty well. And then I have this Brodie roach, actually, that this is one of the first discs I was sent by Discraft, so I beat it in pretty good. So if I want a little bit of a turnover shot, that is what I'll use for that. Then we'll move to this disc I actually just put in my bag. It's an ESP swirl roach. This one's gonna be a little bit more stable, especially out at some courses where I need to get a little bit more of a throwing putter. This is the disc that I'm gonna be throwing off the tee. And then I've got my beat-in Jawbreaker Zone. This is great for woods, and also I love this for up shots where I don't really want that much action on the ground. It has a tendency of grabbing the grass and kind of just sitting where it hits. Not much skip with that one. And then I've got my two zones, one in a Z plastic and then my Get Freaky Crystal Flex plastic. I pretty much will throw this on most up shots. This is really my workhorse when it comes to scrambling or getting out of trouble. And then if I want something that has a little bit more skip, it's gonna come out faster. The Z zone here is gonna do that. It's a little bit more of an overstable zone for me. Working into the mids right now, I'm actually only bagging 4 mids currently. I've got my trusty Meteor. I absolutely love this disc. You know how much I love the Meteor. Great for hyzer flip up shots in the woods, or if I need a disc to really push hard right and the forehand's just not gonna work for me, I'll throw a turnover with this bad boy. Absolutely love the disc. And then I've got my Dark Horse Brodie Buzz. What can you say about the Buzz? I feel like everyone needs to have it in their bag. Great for straight shots. Absolutely love this disc when I need something, 300 to 350 or so off the tee. And then I just recently started putting a drone in my bag. I was throwing the Malta for a while, and I just wanted something with a little bit more stability. And this drone, I don't even know who sent me this drone, honestly. Someone sent me this from, I think, one of the Facebook pages, and I absolutely love it. Playing in Vegas where there was a lot of wind, this came in handy to fight up against the wind and still have that strong fade at the end. So definitely digging the drone. And then this is kind of like a hybrid disc. I don't know if you really would consider this a mid or a fairway driver. It feels like a Buzz. It's the Impact. It's the McBeast Impact that we ran at Foundation, and it's just a long Buzz. That's kind of my thought on it. If I want something that's gonna go 400 feet or so, I can juice this off the tee. It's got an incredible glide to it, and it just feels great. And I don't know what this is actually called, but there's an etching around the rim. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish this had, a couple other molds had this etching as well, because it feels really, really awesome. Moving on to the fairway drivers, I currently have 3 different Undertakers. I've got this 4-time Undertaker TI that is basically either my kind of overstable roller, if I want to have a roller that's gonna be able to just hit and this finish on that line that it lands on, or it's my turnover kind of 400 to 450 disc. And then I've got also another new disc that I just picked up for the Memorial Championship. This is actually an ESP Glow Undertaker. And this is a pretty straight boy. I like it. I can throw it on a little bit of a hyzer and it flips up nice to flat and just rides and doesn't really have too much fade at the end. So this one's been awesome to throw with. And then I have my Paige Pierce Z Undertaker. This one's gonna be able to hold up against a little bit more wind. And if I want something that's gonna be able to finish a little bit to the left at the end, I'll throw this guy. And then I have 2 Z Raptors. One is more beat in than the other. The yellow one, it's been in my bag for quite some time. So this one's gonna fly a little bit straighter. And then this Z Raptor is super overstable. So if I'm throwing into a heavy headwind, or if I really want a big skip at the end, I'll throw this pink Z Raptor. Moving on into the drivers, we're gonna first talk about my 2 roller discs slash kind of utility disc a little bit. The Avenger SS. I got it in the ESP plastic. This has been in my bag for quite some time as well, so it's pretty beat in now. If I really want to be able to throw something that's going to turn over real quick and get into a roller fast, it's going to be this guy, and then it's also going to fight quickly to the right. So if I need to kind of roll something around a corner, or also I'll throw this sometimes in the woods if I'm, if I can't get a real big run up and I need to just kind of juice a forehand, it kind of goes back to my ultimate Frisbee days where I can throw it, stand still, kind of on a hyzer, and it's gonna get me the most distance by being able to flip up and really carry through. And then I actually just added a new one of these to the bag today, actually. I've got my Glow Nuke SS's. You know how much I love this disc for my roller, but it seems to be, this is the one that I've been rolling with, but it seems to be getting a little bit too flippy for me. So I just put a new one in the bag, and so I'm gonna be testing these out the next couple days to really kind of figure out which one is gonna stick in the bag. I'm probably gonna switch out with a new one because I think this one's just getting a little too flippy. Now we're gonna go into my nukes. I got 4 of these bad boys, all with a different purpose. So we'll start with the super kind of flippy one, my Paige Pierce Nuke. This is a great hyzer flip bomber disc for me. I love this one a lot. And then I've got my Big Z Nuke, and this one you can tell is super flat. When I'm throwing forehands, I really don't like the dome feel. So if I ever can get a flat disc, it's gonna be mostly a forehand disc. I'll throw this a lot backhand as well, but I love absolutely throwing this forehand. And then I just recently put this Paige Pierce Nuke, ESP Nuke in my bag, and I'm trying to work this one in a little bit. It flies a little bit more stable than this one, and I think it might actually have a little bit more glide. It's pretty domey, so I'm just trying to get comfortable with this one because this might end up being my long bomber. And then if it wasn't the Big Z Nuke, this was probably the disc I was throwing the most out at Vegas. The Z Nuke, because of how windy it was, this one had a little bit more stability. I could trust it a lot more off the tee, throwing it into the wind, and just absolutely a workhorse for me over this past weekend. Now we got my Zeus. I carry one Zeus in here. It's got the nice little lore stamp on there as well. Really just a forehand disc for me. I like how it's flat. So that Big Z Nuke that I had, it's gonna be a little bit more flippier if I throw it flat. This one, if I throw it flat, it'll definitely make sure it comes out. So if I need something with a little bit more stability and I need to throw a forehand, you'll see me chucking that Zeus. I got 3 forces here. The Z Force, I'll throw this forehand and backhand. This one probably gonna be a little bit more stable than the Zeus I just showed you, but this is a great disc for me. When I need something with a little bit more stability. I throw this a lot on spike hyzers as well if I want to get that distance, but really make sure it's going to fight back to the ground. I'll throw this guy. Then I've got this ESP Force, super overstable. If I want to throw a spike hyzer forehand, like 300 feet or so, you'll see me throw with this guy. Or if it's super, super windy and I just want to really make sure that I find the fairway, you'll see me go off with this. And then this guy is just super stable, this Z Force here. I rarely throw it, but if I really need something with an extreme amount of stability and I'm throwing it really hard, you'll see me chuck this bad boy. And then the last disc, I absolutely love this. It's the Z Machete. It's super flat, super overstable. It won't go nearly as far as the Forces, but just absolutely love this. If I want a skip shot to really just dig and then go completely sideways, I can throw this on forehand or backhand, spike hyzers. This is also a real big utility disc for me whenever I'm scrambling and I just really need to get something close to the basket. So that's what's in my bag for the 2021 season. Let me know in the comments down below what's in your bag, what are your favorite molds, and what maybe I have in mind that you're interested in trying out yourself.